Good evening. It's the Board of Trustees regular meeting of the Village of Oak Lawn. The date is April 22nd, 2014. It is 7:30 p.m. on the dot. This is meeting 2014-13. I'd like to introduce our Deputy Village Clerk, Christine O'Grady, to take the roll.
Village President Barry.
Here.
Trustee Strite.
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan.
Here.
Trustee Olenichek.
Here.
Trustee Desmond.
Here.
Trustee Carberry.
Here.
Trustee Vorder.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Would everyone rise, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This is the time of the meeting where we would normally have public comments. No one has signed up for comments today, so I'm going to move on to item 4 on the agenda. That's conflict of interest disclosure. At this point, does anyone have a conflict to disclose with any item on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we're going to move on to a proclamation. This is Municipal Clerks Week. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world. And whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants. And whereas the office of the municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels. And whereas the municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. And whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. Whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in educational programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, province, county, and international professional organizations. And whereas it's most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk, now therefore I, Dr. Sandra Berry, Village President of the Village of Oak Lawn, do recognize the week of May 4th through May 10th, 2014 as Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend our appreciation to our municipal clerk, Jane Quinlan, and to all municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Dated this 22nd day of April, 2014. Thank you. Item 6 on the agenda is a request to approve the Special Events Commission recommendation to allow the use of Beatty Lumber property for a haunted house from September 17th through November 8th, 2014. Trustee Desmond, would you like to add anything to this before? Well, I need a motion first to approve it, I'm sorry.
Move them. Second.
Properly moved by Trustee Olenichek, seconded by Trustee Desmond. And you have the floor, Trustee Desmond.
Okay, thank you. Do we have I think we have a presentation. Okay, we're going to hear from 3 young men who are going to make a presentation about a haunted house project they are hoping to get approval from tonight from the Board of Trustees. They already wowed the Special Events Committee with their presentation, and after you hear from them, I am confident you will feel reassured that the future of Oak Lawn is in good hands with young men like these. So I would like to ask Justin and his 2 partners to come to the podium, please. And they're going to give us a quick presentation to show everybody what they are planning. So, Justin, as soon as we get this on the screen, it's all yours.
that's, if we could play the slideshow first.
I think I see a few ghosts going across the screen.
Need a motion for some new video.
Second.
That's the slideshow. Come on, guys. Is he playing that first? We need the PowerPoint. Okay, first, I guess. Okay.
We have a PowerPoint, like the actual presentation, it's just the video of the entire house.
You want to talk through it a little bit, maybe?
If you want, you could talk, is it the mic's on?
Well, because the music's going out. I'll just start it right after. We'll just go after this.
Expecting about 6,000 people. Right.
So just say that Ryan still has to work out the insurance. Okay. But it shouldn't be an addition. Less than yeah, okay, nice.
You might as well start off, yeah. Well, I don't wish slides so. Yeah, I think he's pulling up the PowerPoint next.
There you go. Stuff.
Okay. Hello, my name is Justin Cernuk, and I founded Midnight Terror 14 years ago in Oakland. The first year it started as a small yard display, and with great success of the yard display, the next year I added a full-on detail attraction. And throughout those 14 years, the only time I took a break was 4 years when I was in the United States Marine Corps, deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. In those 4 years, or the last 2 years, we had 5,000 people, and then the following year after that, we had 6,000 people, and we've won numerous awards. We won 6th Best Halloween Event in Illinois, and 6 out of 5 stars from Horror Tours, and also made it on their Hall of Fame. Next slide. In 2014, we have decided that it's time for us to expand, and the way we plan on expanding is teaming up with the Village of Oak Lawn, and then by doing this, there's many great benefits for the community at large and the village. Some of the community benefits. Next slide, please. Some of the community benefits would be it would raise $70,000 in the next 3 years for the village, and also bring over 30,000 tourists to the area. It would help local businesses and also create some jobs. We would also like to have an intern program with some local high schools. Next slide. Some of the ideal location requirements would be a large enough open area to set up the haunted house in, and also a large enough parking area for people visiting, and also close to major avenues of transportation. But we already have the location approved. And setup time, we need one, during the whole summer month, we'll be preparing all the props and prefabbing everything. And then we would need 1 month for actual setup time and 2 months to tear down. you want to take over marketing?
Well, my name is Mark Krupa. My background is in marketing for the past 8 years. And I will be helping out with marketing and through for the haunted house. We'd basically be using social media such as Facebook and some of the popular haunted house websites through Illinois. We would team up with them and basically just promote ourselves through that, such as emails and social media. Justin also attended some trade shows to get props and things like that. Next slide, please. This is basically the new Midnight Terror website that we have up right now, which is not yet completed. And we plan to have this by September.
So it'll be done by the end of this month.
And we plan to have it done by the end of this month. And Justin and our team, we basically would have different props. We build our own custom props instead of buying the same props that you would buy at the haunted house trade show. So you would see different custom props that nobody else has. And that's basically just some of the marketing that we would go through.
Right, my name is Matt Klapiak. I'm also an established owner of this haunted house. And as the owners, we established some goals that we will try our hardest to achieve. The first goal, of course, is getting approval from the village. Then we want to incorporate Midnight Terror. We'd also like to acquire an accounting system to keep close financial tracking of everything that we do, everything that we spend. Then we need to acquire permits to do all our building. Once our building is complete, we need to pass the inspections. Then recruit volunteers and actors to help us put on this show. Our long-term goals are for the years to come, and it's basically we want to be considered one of the best haunts in the area by the community and by our customers. We'd like to gain a larger market share in the Chicagoland area, which will allow us to increase our revenue, which will allow us to increase our community involvement by donating to local charities. We'd also like to add additional licensed product, t-shirts, hats, such like that, just to increase revenue. Next. This is our layout, basically. I'm going to take you through it right here. We have 8 fire exits. They're marked all the way around. Each fire exit will be displayed with the sign, so it'll be easy identifiable. There's 4 quick pass-throughs to get out, in and out quickly, just in case someone's too scared. You can have an actor pull them out, or if there's an emergency, you can get them out that way too. All the white dots are emergency lights. All the green dots are first aid kits, and all the red dots are fire extinguishers. All the structures and props, everything built inside is going to be coated with flame retardant paint, so it helps us against fires and emergencies once again. It's going to be standard 3-foot hallways. We're going to be using efficient LED lighting. There'll be absolutely no dead-end pathways, so there's no way to get stuck inside the haunted house. It's only one way all the way through. We're going to be using all proper wiring, and all the wiring will be run on top of the structure, so it does not create a trip hazard for anybody. And we will have constant 2-way radio communication between all the staff inside the haunted house. And that would be all. Thank you.
We think they like it. Anything else you want to say about that, Trustee Desmond?
No, I think we have everything.
Play it again.
Just a typical board meeting.
They are scary.
Okay. Thanks, Oscar.
Yeah, we have secured permission from the BT Lumber owner to use their site. Everything is ready to go. We just need approval from the board tonight.
Thank you. Any discussion on this?
Yes, Mayor.
Trustee Strite.
First of all, I have a couple of boys that are in the 7th and 8th grade, and for years we've been going around looking at the various haunted houses, and I would point out that these young men have done an outstanding job over on 97th Street. It's right there in my district, and you've always had an outstanding haunted house, and I think you've run it very well. So I asked my wife, what did she think about it over at the Beatty Lumber site, and she said, I think that would be cool. And I agree. I think it could be very cool. I think, certainly, I know that the owner has agreed to that, but the one thing to keep in mind, in your original proposal to the Special Events Commission, you mentioned several sites, the Pavilion, Oaklawn Pavilion, the Racket Club, and I think the Stony Creek Golf Course, which, those are permanent structures. And keep in mind, the Beatty site is not permanent. It's not going to be there, certainly won't be there forever by any stretch of the imagination. So I just want to point out that on this, at this particular location, that's your consideration. Obviously, it'll be here this fall, but and you mentioned the parking. We certainly have a parking garage right there next door. I would want to make sure that all traffic is directed to the parking garage, and of course, that the building is inspected by the building department and the fire department to make sure that everybody that does attend and all your workers are safe. And I would also ask that an insurance policy be provided that indemnifies the village of Oak Lawn, and that we be named as additional insured on that policy. So, and I just say, great job, guys, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We should make this agreement subject to attorney review, so we have all the proper insurances. That's the one thing I'd add.
Just
Trustee
one question.
Quinlan?
I think it's an awesome idea. I think it's great for Oak Lawn as well. My only thing is just traffic control. So do you have a plan in place for that? Off-duty officers or whatever, that's, because it sounds like, and I'm hoping as well, that it's going to be very crowded and well-attended. So
Yeah.
it's just something to consider and think about as far as just having, an officer or someone there directing traffic.
Trustee Desmond,
No, actually, it's just to answer Trustee Quinlan's, because we did speak about that, and that's one of the reasons that we looked at the BT Lumber site was because of the proximity to the parking garage. So,
Right, but just to direct people there, or the
Correct.
slot's full, it could just get kind of congested as well, so.
hopefully it'll be congested.
I think it will be.
Yes, we hope so.
I think it'll be a
hope
huge
so.
success.
Yeah, that's great.
If I could, Mayor, all your points are well taken. We've got a lot of work to do. These young men certainly have proven themselves in the community, as Trustee Strice stated, and we have a lot of work, fire, police, building, but I have no doubt we'll come back to you in plenty of time with a plan that works best for the community from a safety standpoint.
okay, so we're going to vote on item 6, subject to attorney review. We had a motion. Let's take the vote.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, well, there's a lot of clapping. Just wait till you hear what's next. Item 7 on the agenda is recognition of the Oaklawn Community High School Drama Team. IHSA state champions for contest play, The Normal Heart, and IHSA state champions for group interpretation, She Kills Monsters. I'd like to call Mr. Joe McCurdy to the podium, and I'll join you there.
All right. Big hardware there.
Good evening, Mayor Berry and the village trustees. Thank you very much for having us here tonight. I'm Joe McCurdy, the assistant principal at Oaklawn Community High School. And as Mayor Berry already stated, we are the proud state champions of 2 state championships this year. Our team a few weeks ago went down to the IHSA drama competition at the University of Illinois at Springfield. And this year we were able to bring back 2 state championships. So we're very excited and very happy. Making the state championships a possibility, I'd like to introduce our head theater coach, Billy Denton.
my appreciation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a very, very exciting year for the Oklahoma Community High School theater program. This is our, shuffle them in. We've had a lot of great success down the state tournament, and it's a testament to the students and the people in our community because they are willing to work so hard and rise above everything and really give 100% effort. So I know I speak on behalf of all our coaches and the high school and administration by saying that we could not be prouder, and they're really representing Oklahoma at the state level. So I can't say much more than congratulations to our town. So
That's great.
thank you so much.
Very proud
Thank you.
of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would have them stand in the center. I'm in front, and then we'll call their name. They could come pass through. Does that sound okay?
Just their calling, they're gonna come past
Sorry for here.
They're going back the wrong way.
Going that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Students, when I call your name, if you could please come up that way to the front so we can be recognized. I know there's a lot of them. I apologize. It's going to get really hot in here very quickly. So, but actually, real quick before I jump, we have some. I want to introduce the assistant coaches also who helped make this wonderful year possible for our high school. In no particular order, Mr. Tom Zerson.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful to meet you.
Congratulations.
Mr. Marcus Worgan.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Mr. TJ Karaman. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Congratulations.
Mr. Bob Beelan.
Thank you.
Ms. Teresa Wantiz. Okay. Up first, I'll be happy to introduce the cast of the 2014 IHSA State Champion contest play for the Normal Heart, Taylor Lindeman. Vaughn Smith. Danny Swanberg. Carl Seibel. Joe Delamora. Nathan Lahaki. Charlie Doria. Jonathan Cortez. Laura Montesano.
Awesome job, Lauren. Thanks.
Riley Faley. Josh Cash.
Great job.
And Leo Cazada. Here to introduce the cast of the group interpretation, Mr. TJ Karaman, the director.
Thank you, Mr. Denton. First up, our student director, Julia Bugay. Valentina Lopez. Laura Akuris. Kaylee Clark. Aaron Beeland. Emily Salamoni. Tina Masiaga. Joey Probst. Cameron Delamora. Andrew Waterstrat. And Paul Harris. Up next, I'll call up Mr. Worgan, who will introduce the crew.
All right, here's the crew. Nick Palick. Jamie Alberts. Jessica Rodriguez. Mandy Forbes. Caroline Fox. Megan Jean. Aaliyah Presbytian. Jenna Campfield. Rachel Cardilano. Shelby Roberts. Marissa Magliano. Matt Rohde. Jacob Sidaro. Jacob Allen. Mark Proctor. Maynard Madriaga. Josh McCoy. Josh Mira. Caitlin Muir. And Caitlin Katie Grady. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Maybe some famous kids out of that group, the coaches.
No, just you. I have a question. How many times have you won this? I've seen this trophy around Oak Lawn before. Can you tell me?
8.
This would be our 9th in 12 years.
This is the 9th in 12 years.
One more accolade for the school and the community. This is only the 3rd time in the history of the state that a school has won both trophies at the same state tournament. So another great thing for the school and the community.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. We're so proud of you. So proud of you. That's incredible. And thanks for bringing these by for us to kind of enjoy. They're amazing. Thank you. Oh, they're taking them. Oh.
What are you doing?
Okay. Thank you. Well, Awesome high schools come from awesome middle schools. We have an awesome middle school, District 123. I understand we have a few people from District 123. Could you please come up? This lady. I forget to, okay. Hi, would you come on up and say a few words? Thank you. Hey, I recognize you guys. Let's line up in front here. You're our stars. Right over here and here is good. Right here? Right here, kind of close, since there's not many. A little closer. Okay.
Hi, my name is Noreen Williams. I'm honored to teach at Oak Lawn Hometown Middle School, and I teach 8th grade media productions. The village was so nice to give us this opportunity to create a public service announcement that talks about Everbridge emergency system that they have created for the village. What I did is my second trimester for 8th grade media productions, I broke them up into between 3 classes, 24 teams, because I had over 90 students, and they created their own public service announcements for the village. Out of the 24, I took the top 12 and presented it to the village, and then they voted the top 4 finalists for this contest. It took 6 weeks to complete all the phases of this production, which was pitching ideas to me. The students were pitching ideas to me. They wrote their own scripts. They created their own storyboards and shot lists and their scheduling. They also filmed every piece of the project, and then we went into post-production, which we edited all of the film that they created during that time. Personally, my students love this. They love competing for it. It was more important than a grade to them. I mean, this was like big time for them. And they were excited that one of their projects could possibly win the contest and be recognized in our community. And that just made them so serious about what they were doing. As a teacher, I enjoyed every moment because it was easy for me, because they really wanted to work, because they wanted to compete. This was like a really good thing to them, to compete for this. And I think that they learned some valuable skills. And I want to thank the village for allowing us this opportunity, because this was just wonderful. It really motivated my students, and I thank you for that. I know you want to talk about the project itself?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. And I thank you for stepping forward and helping us. The whole purpose of this is to sell our Everbridge program, in which we can inform our residents through modern technology on issues of safety for their community, up-and-coming storms, criminal activity, and things of that nature. And your students will go a long way in helping us do that. So thanks for that partnership with us. Now, what's going to happen is they produce their productions, and the top 12 will be picked by the school and forwarded to the village, okay, for a finalist determination. And the village will determine the 4 finalists, okay, in this contest, and the residents of this village will pick the winner. And we'll do this through social media, Facebook, and the Oak Lawn website. Now, the good news is the winning team is going to be taken to school, okay, in a police escort in our Oak Lawn Police Department Hummer, okay? That'll be the winner. Can I go with? Sure. Okay. I got this job because I'm the police liaison, so it's a good job. All right, our clock.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce Rich?
Oh.
Yes.
You could stay up and hold that, Art.
Okay. Incentive. So I'm going to introduce Rich Bissett, who's the director of the 911 Center. He's going to explain to you a little bit about Everbridge. And as the EMA coordinator here in the village, I can't emphasize it enough. What an awesome job. When you watch the videos, you'll see what a great job these students have done. But it'll also show you that even a kid can sign up for Everbridge. So, Rich?
Thank you. Just real quick for you, those of you who aren't aware of the Everbridge system, it's our emergency and non-emergency notification system. The service allows users to securely register their information so they can be able to receive timely information related to, community or emergency information, not only at home, but on your cell phones or other type of mobile devices. It gives you the ability to choose the order in which you receive the information, and the system will cycle through that. So if you choose your mobile phone as your first device, it's going to call you on that device first. If it doesn't reach you, it'll go and cycle through those devices. This system is going to be used in conjunction with systems that are already in place, as the weather sirens, TV and radio notifications, and other ones you may have already signed up through on various websites. It's just really important that you guys register and we get this out there, and by having this contest it really gets the word out there and gets people to register, because history has shown when there's an emergency, phone lines get tied up. It's really hard to make voice calls, so by people registering and using their cell phones and putting text message as an option to get that message, those messages tend to get delivered much faster than a voice call is going to get delivered to somebody. So that's really important for the people who register out there, is make sure you're using text as one of your delivery options. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks. I think it was 47 years ago this week that unfortunately a tornado ripped through Oak Lawn. We're approaching the season of some of our most severe weather. If you have not signed up for Everbridge, please do so. If you have, and even if you haven't, stop by the Village Facebook page. Votes can only be registered on the Village Facebook page. If there's a link to it and you vote on the link, that won't count towards the vote. But one of these are all the different teams, right? Right. Okay. Someone's going to school in the Hummer, and it's up now to the residents to decide, so voting starts now. Okay, thank you. And this goes... The votes are till May 6th, and at 11:59 p.m. voting is done. Congratulations on making the finalists, and best of luck to you. Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And then there's 3 of the 6 maps I owe you there, too.
Oh, okay.
Purpose.
Good teacher. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ms. Williams.
Thanks for
Thank
giving
you.
us the opportunity. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, thank you. You're all set.
All right, guys, thanks.
Thanks. Okay.
You're gone.
Or you could stay here and promote voting. Thank you. Yeah. So that was item 7 and 8 on the agenda. Item 9 on the agenda is West Side Baseball Softball Opening Day Parade, April 26, 2014 at 9:30 a.m. Is there anyone here for that event? Would you like to come up and say hello and introduce yourself?
Mayor?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd just like to say a few words as well about Westside. Westside, it's an organisation that caters approximately 400 kids every year and takes an enormous amount of time and effort by a very dedicated group of people. By inviting them here tonight to talk about their opening day this Saturday morning, I also want to acknowledge the great work that people like Jim Hebel, Mike Burnett and Jason Walker do, and the countless other volunteers who go about their work looking for neither praise nor recognition, and whose only reward is the laughter of our children on a sunny Saturday morning. So I would like to thank them, and Jim, over to you.
Yeah, my name is Jim Hebel. I'm the president of Westside Baseball, and thank you, Trustee Desmond, for giving us the opportunity. Like you said, our parade is this Saturday. I can't say how long. I've only been around Westside for about 10 years now. I know we've been around for over 50. We're a smaller organization, but we have been growing in the last 3 or 4 years. We've gained about 10% every year for the last 3 or 4 years. So we're getting better. We're trying to partner up with a lot of the Oaklawn businesses to promote their businesses, let them advertise by us. And with all that money, we're making a bunch of improvements. We've redone 8 of the 10 dugouts this year with the approval of the Park District Board. It's going to be a huge difference. And then one of the other things that we like to promote is our tournament, which we have in July, right around the 4th of July. And that's one of the things. It went from just 3 years ago to from 0 teams to well over 30 from all the surrounding communities. And what we want to promote at that time is also the businesses of Oaklawn. So we like to try and bring all these people in, show them what we've got, show them what we're made of, and of course beat them at baseball. I think that, the other thing I do want to mention is the big thing with us, this board, is safety. And by doing the dugouts that we've done, it's keeping the kids a little bit more protected. We redid the fences, front and back. And we've also partnered this year with the Firefighters Union. We're going to attempt to get at least a minimum of 1 or 2 manager, coaches, even parent, get them trained in first aid. We're going to hold a couple of classes. We were trying to do it before the year started, but it just didn't. We ran out of time. But because of our opening day this Saturday, within the next few weeks, we're going to have a couple of classes, and we're going to almost make it mandatory that we have somebody from every team that knows enough about first aid to help any kid that may get injured. But first things first, we try to be safe. So thank you for your time.
Very good. And if people want to join the West Side Warriors, this Saturday, April 26th, they meet at 9:30.
9:30 by the firehouse over off of 93rd Street
Okay.
there.
And is anyone welcome to come
Anybody
and walk
is
in the
welcome
parade?
to watch. Or if they really want, they can march in the parade.
Yay.
That's fine. The more the merrier.
So this is behind the fire station, or by the fire station behind Simmons School.
Correct.
Okay, we'll see you there.
All righty.
Any
Thank you.
questions or
Thank
other
you.
discussion?
Mayor, I just want to
Trustee Straight.
thank you, Mayor. I just want to express my congratulations to the fellows out at West Side Baseball, but I'd like to also add, you've all received an invitation from Oaklawn Baseball for their parade, which is on Saturday.
It's on Sunday.
I'm sorry, on Sunday. It's on Sunday. You're going to mention that? It's on
Yeah.
April 27th, kicks off at about 11 o'clock, and everybody, of course, is welcome to come out and march in that parade, which starts over at 96th and Tully and marches over to the Oaklawn Baseball, Kolb Field, over on 98th and Central.
Very good. It's great to have baseball season starting up. Now, I was talking with Trustee Carberry a little bit earlier, and you were interested in moving an item up on the agenda. Did you care to move item 18 and 19 up on the agenda?
Yes.
And you're making a motion?
Yes, motion to
okay.
move up item 18 and 19.
That motion to advance item 18 and 19 on the agenda, and seconded by Trustee Vorder. Any discussion on moving this item up? So let me get my paperwork organized. Do we need a vote?
Yes.
Please take the vote.
Trustee Straight.
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. I'm going to read the motion, and we have 3 parties I want to introduce. Let's come up first, I guess, while this is...
Take them one at a time.
Okay, one at a time. Item 18 is a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for a special use permit to allow for a therapeutic massage and spa establishment in a C3 zone district at 111th and Cicero. This was a 7-0 vote to approve petition 2014-5, Oaklawn Massage LLC petitioner in District 5. And representing the petitioner today, we have Justin Huditz. Would you care to come up to the podium? We also have Kevin Coyne, an attorney for him, and then David Penn, which is a regional developer for a Massage Envy of Chicagoland. I hope I pronounced everyone's names okay.
I think you did.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Carberry.
I'll second.
Seconded by Trustee Vorder. Any discussion on this item?
Actually, I do.
Trustee Quinlan.
I have quite a bit to say on this, actually, so please bear with me. Over 8 years ago, the previous board had a very distinct vision for the development at 111th and Cicero, now known as Stony Creek Promenade. They worked very hard and had to make some tough decisions. The idea was to have a lifestyle center, the perfect destination where people would be able to shop for clothes, eat at a unique restaurant, or stop and have a drink at a fun bar instead of driving all the way to Orland or Oak Brook. Our previous board members certainly have had many disagreements over the years, but we never, ever disagreed on our vision. Our development is finally coming to fruition. I've worked hard on this development over the past 7 years because I believe it's a great thing for Oak Lawn. In the beginning, I met with many developers to see if they understood our vision and to see if they were the right fit for Oak Lawn. I completely supported the decision to bring on Hamilton Partners because they told me they too understood what we were trying to accomplish and understood the stores and businesses we wanted to see there. 2 years ago, I had sent out a blast email, talked to many residents, asking for their thoughts on the types of businesses they wanted to see. I had shared that list with Hamilton and with Larry. From the start, I was very clear to both Larry and Hamilton Partners that I wanted to be kept in the loop throughout this entire process, especially when it concerned the businesses they were pursuing to lease in our development. Over the past 2 weeks, I have come to find out that this has not been the case. Sadly, it has been hidden from me. I am beyond disappointed, and quite frankly, I'm mad. When I'd gotten word that Massage Envy was approved by the Planning and Development Board, I wondered what else was going on, and I wasn't given that I hadn't been given any previous notice on. After doing some digging, I discovered the following. Besides Mariano's and Cooper's Hawk, which I'm very excited about, we now will be seeing in Phase 1 of our development a Starbucks, Meatheads, and Firehouse Subs, which are fast casual type restaurants, a Great Clips, and a Sleepy's mattress store. Oh, and there might be a bank as well. I can only say, are you kidding me? These businesses will be located front and center. Was not our vision. This is just like any other strip mall in Oak Lawn. Where the heck are all the retail clothing stores? I can't believe that this is the best we can do. Clearly, Oak Lawn would see more sales tax dollars with retail stores versus food or service type businesses. So tonight, I am being asked to approve Massage Envy before we will have one clothing store. Let me be clear. I know Massage Envy is reputable and runs a great operation. That's not what why I'm hesitating or what my issue is all about. I did talk to Justin about that. I asked Larry to put off, to hold off putting this item on the agenda, and I was told no. I find this unacceptable given the fact that it's not going to be built for probably over a year. I called every trustee on this board and explained to them what my concerns were about this development and the way it was heading. I explained to them that there was no way I was approving a massage parlor before seeing any type of clothing retail store. Hamilton Partners put in a lot of time and effort to get Mariano's and Cooper's Hawk. So where is the effort to get a Campus Colors, Ann Taylor Loft, a Black White, or any type of clothing retail? Why am I so insistent on this? Well, according to Hamilton, there is a very good chance we may not see any type of clothing retail in our development. Really? I mean, why am I hearing this for the first time? Am I supposed to just sit back and let this happen? I think they are settling, and I believe that they are just trying to fill the lease with anyone who knocks on our door. I refuse to settle. I truly believe can attract the types of businesses that were always intended for this site. And if we lease out Phase 1 to all non-clothing stores, what do you think the odds are going to be? Do you think we're going to see any type of retail clothing stores in Phases 2 and 3? I would say the answer is probably slim to none. So in good faith, I did make a suggestion to Massage Envy that they look at the lease and to lease out part of Edgar's Funeral Home as an alternative. I thought it was a perfect solution as it's not dead set in the middle of our new development. And, you know, they would be resurfacing the outside of that structure to make it look like it also belongs to our new development. We need this space, in my opinion, that Massage Envy is looking. I think it should go for clothing retail. Now, I don't want to lie or mislead you. According to Hamilton Partners, if we don't approve Massage Envy for this location, then he may just have to accept any business, desirable or not. He will lease it to whoever shows an interest in that location, no matter how we feel. Totally unacceptable, and quite frankly, that statement felt like a threat to me. Hence, this is why I am requesting that this board just postpone their decision tonight, give Massage Envy time to look at the Edgar's as an alternate location. This will also give Hamilton and Steve Radis more time to find clothing retail stores. Basically, I am also asking this board to send a message, to make it known that we're not happy with how things are progressing. Oak Lawn residents, again, in my opinion, deserve better than what is being chosen for us. Lastly, I do want to appeal to anyone who has contacts with clothing retailers. We need your help. The more people out there promoting Oak Lawn, and in particular this development, the better. And so with that said, I would like to make a motion to postpone this agenda item.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Mayor?
Trustee Straight?
Yes. First of all, as someone who agrees and has been here with Trustee Quinlan throughout these years, she's absolutely correct. This was, the vision that was stated for that development was an upscale development. And we've invested a fortune, absolutely a fortune, into acquiring those properties and demolishing them. And with a Mariano's and a Cooper Hawk that are already slated to come, I'm sure that we can attract more positive and beneficial job-creating retail businesses to this development. Again, Trustee Quinlan's concerns are extremely valid. I would appeal to all the trustees to take heed. While I think it's wonderful that this organization, and I agree with her, this organization wants to move into Oak Lawn, this was supposed to be an upscale mall with specialty shops. Until we see evidence of these specialty shops coming into town, I don't feel that we should be jumping to accept whatever opportunity comes along.
Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Carberry?
Yes, well, I'd like to, go on to the vote and let these gentlemen speak, but before I do that, it's this upscale mall, I think I remember seeing something about it 7 or 8 years ago, by the way, but it didn't include a grocery store. And Mariano's is a great store, and we're lucky to have them. It's a grocery store. It's not an upscale mall. It's not like the Burr Ridge Mall. It just doesn't. We're doing a great job with it. We're lucky to have Mariano's. We're lucky to have this outfit. I talked to some of the better brokers in the city, and they all echoed the same thing. You're lucky to have Massage Envy. They're bringing to us. So I'm very excited you guys are here. I'll be voting in support. It's a great demographic. Terry, I hope you weigh in on your visit and what some of the things you found out. And, as far as Campus Colors, I think Campus Colors opened in Naperville, didn't they? How did they make out?
Closed.
So, I want to support the I want to support, I'm a trustee at Oak Lawn. I'm not a real estate developer, and we hired someone to do the job.
A mattress place?
We hired
It's not on the agenda, though. These gentlemen are.
We hired the company Hamilton to do their job. We got to let them do their job, and I'm very thankful these gentlemen are here. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Warder, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Carol, I came to this decision after a lot of research and work. When I first saw it on the P&D agenda, I thought, massage envy? What is that? And what are we putting a massage envy into our retail outlet? I came to P&D, I listened to their presentation. I come to realize that this is a first-class operation. The P&D voted, correct me if I'm wrong, 7-0, and the absentee even wrote a letter and supported. So we really have an 8-0 approval here. I took the time to go to LaGrange, okay, and take a look at their store. And I didn't identify myself. I just went there as a customer. And I can only tell you that this is first class. This fits right into what we're trying to do there. Would I like to see retail? Would I like to see dress shops? Yes. But I don't think we can turn down this opportunity to bring this first class store. These investors are willing to spend millions of dollars in this development to build a first class facility. I went there with my wife. She took an application. Okay, she wants to join. Listen, I consider my wife upscale. So I'm going to vote this, yes. And I do think
we're voting on the motion to postpone first.
Well, I would vote for this, yes. Okay. But I came with a lot of second thought and I do believe this is upscale. This fits right in with Cooper Rock. I can see women coming here. I can see men coming here, enjoying an afternoon in luxury, then maybe going over at a cocktail or something, or even dinner at the restaurant. It's right there. Okay, so that's all I have to say, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Quinlan.
I just want to be clear that, and I had said this to you when I talked to you as well, it's not that I dislike Massage Envy. I mean, it's, a great place. And I'm not saying that, I don't want it there. What I'm saying is it doesn't need to be front and center, parallel to Cicero. And that's why I asked you. I said I'd approve it if you look to go over to Edgar's Funeral Home. It's not dead center, and it kind of gives at least that spot where you guys are taking an opportunity for trying to get some clothes store. And that's all I was asking. And obviously, when I had brought this subject up to staff several weeks ago, and when I talked to you just the other day, asked if someone had told you what I had suggested, and you had not been talked to about that. And so the reason I had asked for it to be postponed is so that there could be a conversation, that you could take a look at it, and if that would be an alternate site.
Thank you. I just want to weigh in real quick. This is absolutely a beautiful facade, absolutely beautiful. It would be a real asset, I think, and the interior floor plan is very impressive as well. I really appreciate all the work that's gone into, and thank you for choosing Oak Lawn. I have a question about jobs. I see an awful lot of space in there, and it's well used. Yeah. How many people do you expect to employ at your Oak Lawn store, and how many square feet is this?
The square footage will be 3,370, which is similar to my established store in LaGrange, which is 3,400. Same number of therapy rooms, 14. And our mature store there in LaGrange currently employs 55 people. And I'd like to bring 55 jobs to Oak Lawn if I can.
Can you tell me what stores are around your store in LaGrange?
Yes, we have Pier 1, AT&T store, there's a Smash Burger, there's a Trader Joe's, ATI Physical Therapy is up on the second floor with us, and they hope to be adding a European Wax Center to the center, and just another kind of spot. But that's down the road.
Thank you. And Trustee Quinlan, did you have anything else to say?
Like I said, I'm appealing to this board simply, and I told Justin this is not about massage envy. It's never really been about that. It's about the direction that this development is going. I chose not to hide this information once I got a hold of it, and I think it's, something that all of this board should be concerned about, it's going to be like any, several strip malls that we already have in Oak Lawn. Let's just plop it right there at 111th and Cicero. And it was supposed to be something a little bit more special than that.
Trustee Vorder.
Mayor, the conversation here is on massage envy, not future developments that go into that
It's
store.
all tied in.
We need to concentrate. I have in my hand here a letter from the mayor of Wheaton, Michael Gressick, praising their operation in their town, talking about the wonderful benefits their communities had by having that. I also have a letter from the business manager of the village of LaGrange praising the operation and the positive things it's done for their community. I just wanted to put that on record.
Thank you. And gentlemen, before I call the vote, would you like to say anything else?
And I appreciate everything you're saying with respect to the center itself, but I will tell you, massage envy is in lifestyle centers today. If you go to the Geneva Commons, we sit between the Loft and J. Jill, and I will tell you that they will tell you their business improves when we have the kind of business we have in there. So our upscale business, because our demographics draws at a good income level, and those same type of shoppers are moving into those lifestyle center stores on both sides and all the way down the whole strip from that standpoint. So we do exist in some very nice lifestyle centers today. We also are co-tenants with Mariano's at the West Loop in downtown. Chicago, doing very well, and they love us there because we draw traffic into their store also. So I think Massage Envy is a great business to drive those kind of retailers into a center, not leave them away from that center. So,
Can I ask one question? Have you guys ever been rejected by a municipality here in Chicagoland area?
No, this would be our 35th center in the Chicagoland area. 9 of these centers had to go through municipal hearings. All were approved. 8 of those were approved unanimously. The one that wasn't approved unanimously was a 6-to-1 vote. So they've all been approved, and 8 out of 9 unanimous.
You might find out we're here in Oak Lawn, we're a little unique sometimes.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, so what we're voting on is a motion to postpone this until when?
Till we can, if they are open to looking at Edgar's.
I need a more specific timeline.
How long would it take you to take a look at Edgar's as an option?
Are you interested in looking at it as an option?
Preferably not, because specifically for the same reason you cited, the corner is a more prominent visible space.
So when this, and let me ask one other question. So Larry, this building is, how long until it's developed and up? Are we talking about a year? So this needs to be addressed tonight, right? Because it's happening next month?
I believe they have a executed sublease with the proposed tenant.
For a building that will be built when?
If you were at the site today, you'd
Please
see
let him speak.
demolition contractors on site for the former Mansard property. They're in full speed to construct those buildings, and their plan is to deliver Mariano's to the Mariano Fresh Market this fall, and the other buildings to be along
After
that line.
that, so it would be basically in a year, right?
The lead time going up, trustee, to any development is very important at this point. In other words, you don't make a decision on where you're going and then assume the next day you're in a building. There's a long progressive lead time, ordering equipment, getting in. They have to get their own contractors to do a build out. The developer Hamilton provides what's called a white vanilla building, and then the interior build out will be the next phase, which will be the responsibility of all the various tenants, Mariano's, Massage Envy.
Doesn't Hamilton have some financial obligations where they need to meet some demands?
They do. They have a bank.
Okay, so I'm going to call the vote on the motion to postpone to some future date.
Mayor, if I could, just for
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan, because I was listening extremely careful, Trustee, and I think I understand your position, and I certainly respect your position. The square footage is approximately 3,400 square feet. When Phase 1, Phase 2, and Edgar are constructed, you're going to have, hopefully, 150 to 160,000 square feet. I'm being very conservative, depending on what other uses go in. So I appreciate gentlemen's comments about the fact they are in different types of malls, and everything I've seen, particularly with Cooper's Hawk, it wasn't mentioned earlier, but as the young men and women of our community in weddings and how they play an integral role when it comes to weddings. It's part of the process that goes on when families are coming together and they have various events. Cooper's Hawk intends to host weddings, and I know the services that Massage Envy provides are outstanding, and there's a relationship, but they're only 3,000 square feet. So there's still a lot of opportunity, and I think when you start seeing activity and you see shoppers, and you see construction underway, every day that goes by, it strengthens our chance to get some of the stores you like to have, which are not going to be easy. But we've been talking to all those stores, Trustee, and we will not stop. We've recircled on every single one of them, including Cooper's Hawk, as you know.
It's a discussion for another night, but it's not going away. That, it's just
Thanks.
not okay.
But Trustee Quinlan, it is a very different world as far as real estate and development than it was, 2006, 2007.
You cannot settle.
Okay, so we're calling the vote. Again, this is the motion to postpone this to a future meeting to be determined.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
No.
Trustee Carberry?
No.
Trustee Vorderer?
No.
Mayor Barry?
No.
Motion passes 4-3.
Okay,
Do not postpone.
So now I need a motion to approve, please.
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Carberry. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Please take the vote.
Trustee Strite?
No.
Trustee Quinlan?
No.
Trustee Oliniechek?
No.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Mayor Barry?
Yes,
Motion passes 4-3 to approve.
thank you. Item 19 is ordinance. Item 19 on the agenda is ordinance 141323. This is an ordinance granting a special use to allow for a therapeutic massage and spa establishment in a C3 zone district, Stony Creek Promenade at 111th and Cicero. May I have a motion, please, on item 19?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Vorderer. Seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any discussion? Please take the vote.
Trustee Strite?
No.
Trustee Quinlan?
No.
Trustee Oliniechek?
No.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer? Mayor Barry?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-3 to approve.
Thank you. Welcome to Oaklawn.
Thank you. Look forward to it. Thank you.
So we're going to move all the way back up on the agenda. Okay, I believe we're on item 10.
Yes.
MWRD has a household hazardous waste collection day on May 3rd, 2014. This will be from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Moraine Valley Community College. And what some of these things would be used oil-based paints, assorted household chemicals. Trustee Oliniechek, do you want to add anything for this on behalf of the Green Team?
No, I know that this is one of the more popular events that people look for, and it's good that we're finally able to get an event in the area, but it gives residents the ability to get rid of paint thinners, used motor oil, herbicides, drain cleaners, insecticides, lawn chemicals, pesticides. If you're not sure if it's a chemical, it is. Please bring it to a collection site like this so it can be properly disposed of, especially on this Earth Day. Thank you.
Thank you. And it's Saturday, May 3rd at Moraine Valley Community College, 9000 West College Parkway in Palos Hills. Okay. Well, item 11 is approval of the meeting minutes for the special meeting minutes 2014-10, dated April 8th, 2014. May I have a motion, please, on item 11?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by trustee Vorderer,
Second.
seconded by trustee Carberry. Any discussion? Please take the vote.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Item 12 on the agenda is approval of meeting minutes for the regular meeting minutes 2014-11, dated April 8th, 2014. May I have a motion, please, on item 12?
Motion approved.
Properly moved by trustee Carberry,
Second.
seconded by trustee Desmond. Any discussion on this item? Please take the vote.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
We're moving on to item 13. This is approval of the meeting minutes for the special meeting minutes 2014-12, dated April 11th, 2014. May I have a motion on item 13, please?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by trustee Desmond, seconded by trustee Vorderer. Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
14 is new business by village trustees. We're going to start in District 1. Trustee Desmond.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm always very impressed by all the young people in our community. We've seen it here again tonight with all the kids from Oaklawn High School, from the middle school, from our three gentlemen who are going to do the haunted house. At the last meeting we had someone, that young man from Trustee Vorderer's with the ice skating. Now I'd also like to mention about that young man that was here a couple of weeks ago that danced at the St. Patrick's Week board meeting. At that meeting I mentioned that he would be going to London to compete in the World Irish Step Dancing Competition. Last week in London, he competed against 5,000 other dancers from the US, from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, England, Scotland, Ireland, and all across Europe. And I'm proud to say our own Tykes Plan from Malvina Avenue beat a lot of them and is now the world champion Irish step dancer in the 11 to 12-year-old age group. A remarkable achievement and a credit to his parents, Martina and Timmy, and to the instructors at the Lavin Cassidy School of Irish Dance. They must all be bursting with pride. Thank you, Madam President. That's all I have.
Thank you, trustee Desmond. What's new in District 2, trustee Oliniechek?
Well, we want to wish everybody a happy Earth Day today. The village will be celebrating their Earth Day celebration this Saturday, April 26th, at the Wolf Wildlife Refuge at 109th in Laramie from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be a lot of green initiatives and some nice exhibits that are going to go on there, along with some animal shows and some other interesting green initiatives as far as LED lighting and alternative energy. The other part of the Earth Day celebration is the Oaklawn Police Department is going to be doing the annual Turn In Your Old Drug Day, and it's going to be run during the same time. I believe that Chief Murray, you're going to have a police officer there with the correct container to accept any and all unused drugs, and I know that this is very popular for some of the seniors that have drugs that they didn't finish and they don't want to put into the system. And I do, if you want to properly dispose of any unused pharmaceuticals, please use this. It keeps it out of the waste system, it keeps it out of the groundwater and out of our ground contamination. It'd be a good use of time, and to be able to come out there and possibly get a free plant, because we are giving out a lot of free things at this celebration. I would like to thank the Park District for co-sponsoring this with the Village of Oaklawn. It's an event that we've run in conjunction with the Park District every year. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. And how's life in District 3, trustee Strite?
Yeah, it's very good. Thank you, Mayor.
Excellent.
As you all know, we have a property maintenance code, and I've heard from several residents who were surprised to receive a property maintenance report recently. Some of the items that are cited pursuant to Village Code are damaged fences, peeling paint on fascia, gutters, and windows, accumulated debris, and certainly some carpentry issues. Unfortunately, when our residents get these reports, they have 5 days to make the repairs, or they can face a citation and a fine. If they request an extension, they'll generally get that. But I've heard from, again, quite a few people, especially seniors, who say that they really don't know who to call for these type of handyman repairs around the house. They expressed that it would be helpful if there was a reference list that they could access when the need arises. To that end, I contacted the Oak Lawn Building Department and was told that they do not provide a reference list for handymen. I contacted the Oak Lawn Business Licensing Office and was told that they will give a list for all the licensed businesses in a particular service, but there's no way to know how good or bad that business may be. Many of the jobs that are cited by our code do not really require contractors and are better suited if there was a family member or a handyman that was available to do that. And as a licensed contractor myself, I can tell you that most reputable contractors don't want to bother with these small jobs like these maintenance issues. So the village also does not keep a reference list for handymen. So it just seems to me that this would be the right time to create one. So I'd like to propose that we start a program where we provide handyman list for our residents to access. I did create a flyer that will help make people aware of references, that references are being collected. And what I would ask at this point is if we could place this item on the next Committee of the Whole agenda for further discussion. That's all I have this evening.
I don't see any problem with that. Did you contact the Oak Lawn Chamber of Commerce and see if they had a list?
I did not contact the chamber. I did contact the senior center. And then they did provide a list of services for Worth Township, which I think is nice, but I think we should have something for Oak Lawn, specifically for Oak Lawn residents and Oak Lawn businesses as well.
Yeah.
So,
And-
but the chamber, do you think the chamber actually does provide a list of handymen?
You know, they do have an online resource. You don't even have to call them. You could just look it up online. They have a directory by name and a directory by specialty. So it would be something to look at.
Okay.
But,
Madam Mayor?
yes, Trustee Olenichek.
I know, Bob, you're a senior trustee to me, but one of the things that I have learned in the time that I've been a trustee is you can mirror and get volunteers to help out, especially seniors who are in need. If you have a list of volunteers from your area that'd be willing to do those, and we've been able to, in the 2nd District, get a group of people. There's always a lot of need, but it's something worthwhile that you're able to marry somebody up with somebody that's willing to do that, and you'll be surprised. It's typically within a block or 2 blocks, or sometimes you can grab a teenager that's willing to grab a can of paint and a paintbrush and help out a senior that's in need. And it's a very good way to get the community working together on a volunteer basis. It doesn't have to be a reference. Where what I found is a lot of the people that are having these issues are on very, very low incomes,
Right.
and they have an absolute need. And dealing with people to try to mirror and not give somebody help that they don't need, but give somebody help that they do need. And it's worked out very well in 2nd District, and if you'd like, I could spend a little time with you just to show you how I do it.
Well, I'd be happy to see how you do it, but these folks that have these, receive these reports, generally, like I say, they have 5 days to do things, and, I think it's worthwhile that we look at it as a committee.
Anything to help our seniors is worthwhile, so.
Right, great, thank you very much.
Okay. The Committee of the Whole agenda grows really fast, and when we have only one item, discussed it, an agenda. Remember, it's a working meeting, so maybe we could get to these items that we all want to talk
That'd be
about.
nice.
So,
Hope we
moving
can.
on, is that your report, sir?
That's all I have this
Okay,
evening. Thank you.
how's District 4 doing?
Well, thank you, Madam President. I came to sing the praises of our youth. The last few board meetings have really sing the wonderful work of the community on our kids, but I think Tim beat me to it, so Tim, good job. And other than that, District 4 is greening up, Mayor. It's looking good. I drove into work and I thought summer's coming, and I see all the construction projects going. I'm real happy. That's all I have.
Excellent. And how's District 5 doing, Trustee Quinlan?
Just a couple things. One, I would like to remind people that the 4th Annual District 1A Lions Helen Keller 5K Fun Run/Walk is scheduled for Sunday, April 27th at Richards High School. This special event offers fun, fellowship, and great exercise. Race day registration begins at 7:30 a.m. with runners and walkers starting promptly at 9:30 a.m. All proceeds will benefit programs assisting people who are blind or hearing/visually impaired. For more information, including how to obtain a sponsorship, contact Chris Coleman at 708-785-5726. The second item is, I'm sure many of you that live near Harker Pumping Station has seen all the green fencing and looks terrible and all the signs. Obviously construction has started there. It is a much longer, it's going to be a long construction site. They apparently, 3 years, Larry?
Yes, 1,000 days.
So I promise you, I have seen the sketch of what it will look like, and the fencing will look really nice. But I just wanted residents to know that, there will be an end in sight. It's just a little bit longer than you might hope. So please bear with us as we go through that process. And the third item is I kind of just want to remind people to please keep their doors locked in their cars. Recently, I do get the police reports, and I've been reading a lot about car break-ins. The cars that are even parked, in the driveway of the homeowner, they're not locking them, and people are coming in and taking, the GPSs and cell phone connections and iPods, that type of thing. So just a word of caution now that the weather's getting better and, you see more and more people roaming the neighborhood. So just keep your doors locked, and that's it.
Thank you. Trustee Carberry, District 6. That's it? No report. Okay, wow.
It works.
Okay, we're moving on to item 15. Larry, this is the village manager's report.
I have
Item
nothing.
A is general village matters.
I have nothing to add, Mayor.
Okay, wow. Item 16. This is a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for a variation from Ordinance 11-18-42 regarding flat work and impervious surfaces at 9741 South 54th Avenue. This was a 7-0 vote to approve. Petition number 2014-6. Richard and Jacqueline Hartman are the petitioners in District 3. And then we have Ordinance 13-22 granting that variance. Are the petitioners present? Yes. Okay. Oh, she's sleeping? Okay, if we need you, we'll call you to the podium. Okay. Is there any, may I have a motion, please, on items 16 and 17?
Move for approval.
Properly moved by Trustee Strite.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Olenichek. Any discussion? Looks like you can stay seated. Please call the vote.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Congratulations. Thank you. Okay. 17 and 18, 18 and 19 we have already done. Item 20, okay. This is a request to approve the Traffic Review Commission referral for 2-hour parking between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., except Sundays and holidays, on both sides of Kildare Avenue. This is from the alley south of 95th Street to 96th Street. Residential permit parking only on both sides of Kildare Avenue from 96th Street to 97th Street, and residential permit parking only on both sides of 96th Street from Colon Avenue to Tripp Avenue. This was a 4-0-1 vote to approve. TC 1209-M. Mary Hopkins is the petitioner in District 4. And then we have ordinance 1413-24 granting those regulations. Is the petitioner present on this one? Okay, may I have a motion, please? On
Motion
these?
to approve.
Properly moved by trustee Warder, seconded by trustee Carberry. Any discussion on these items?
Yes, Madam President, just
Yes.
a little bit of history on this. There is a doctor's office on the corner of 95th and Kildare, and originally it was 2 doctors. It's become very successful. There are 8 doctors. There is such an overflow of employee parking on the residential streets that the homeowners themselves have came to me, okay, and asked me if we could find a solution to the problem. I met with the doctors, and I walked and talked to everybody that lives on Kildare Avenue and the 9500 block and the 9600 block. And we really, the doctors, myself, feel that this is the solution to the problem. The doctors do rent space in the parking lot for their employees, St. Germain, okay, and so they will have parking. They'll just have to walk a little more. And the 2-hour parking variances will allow the patients of the doctor, okay, to find parking. They have limited parking there. They probably only have 14 spots. And recently, one of the apartment buildings sold, and the owner of the building is aggressively towing cars out of the parking lot, which is creating problems for the patients. So I ask for approval of this. We'll see how it works out. It's the best solution we all could come to.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this? Okay, let's call the vote, please.
Trustee Strite?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry? Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. We're zooming along. Item 22 is ordinance 1413-25. This is an ordinance of the Village of Oak Lawn, Cook County, Illinois, approving the proposed Cicero Gateway tax increment financing redevelopment plan. May I have a motion on item 22, please?
Motion approved.
Properly moved by trustee Carberry,
Second.
seconded by trustee Desmond. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor.
Trustee Strite?
And I'm referring to all of the next 3 ordinances that are on the agenda. So I reviewed all of the documents, and I've noted a few problems. First of all, the ordinance approving the proposed Cicero Gateway Tax Increment Financing Redevelopment Plan is missing Exhibits B and C, and the ordinance adopting the tax increment allocation financing for that TIF is missing Exhibit B. And then finally, the ordinance designating the proposed TIF is missing Exhibit B. And on Exhibit C, where it lists the property index numbers, I found that a number of the addresses are across the street from the current TIF. And in fact, one of the addresses is a half a mile away, which obviously doesn't make any sense at all. So I think these documents are not ready. I would ask that the board not go forward tonight, and that we move this item either to the committee of the whole or to a future board meeting. But I think it needs further discussion. I think all of these ordinances need further discussion.
We have our attorney, Matt Welsh, present. Would you care to address those?
Yes, the exhibits, they were mailed. Did they get attached
Mailed?
or emailed? My apologies.
Oh, I just had the ordinances. It's my fault then. I probably didn't see that they were
Okay.
something that needed to be attached. I thought they
Right,
were.
and that was just an oversight.
Okay.
If the exhibits weren't attached, we can table the matter. They were emailed. It was just
Can you
a flaw
address
in
the
communication.
tax ID concern?
Well, they would be across the street because if you look at the redevelopment plan, the boundaries cross the other side of Cicero. So that's why there'd be pins across the street. As far as a pin half mile away, I'll look at that if you want, and we'll address it, but I'm not aware.
10312 Kildare.
Okay.
And
I'll look at it.
if you could, when we bring the documents back, if that's what we're going to do, I would appreciate it if, so that we don't have to look up the pins, if you could also add the address to each pin so that we can see where they're at.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion? So we have a motion to postpone till next meeting? Is that what you're making, or may I have a motion? Right now, we have a motion to approve, so,
I'll second the motion to postpone then.
okay, till the next meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Does that bring up any issues? I'm just going to ask the village managers.
Matt, I think the question is from a time sensitivity basis. Is that an issue?
Statutorily, we have more than enough time. As you know, I was out of town this past week. I thought all the documents were provided. It was an oversight. This is easily fixed. If it didn't get to the trustees, it didn't get to the trustees, and we'll get all the exhibits to you. They're all prepared. It's not an issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, ma'am.
So I'm going to assume, Trustee Straight, you're referring to item 22, 23, and 24 on the agenda.
Yes, Mayor, that's
Okay.
correct.
Since we have a motion to approve 22, let's take that, and then we have a superseding motion to postpone. So let's take that one first, and we can do the next two together.
Okay, that's fine. So this is just on item 22 to postpone till next meeting. May I have the vote, please?
Okay, Trustee Straight?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. So we're going to bundle item 23 and 24 together. Because 22 was postponed, I'd like a motion, please, to postpone with them item 23 and 24.
Okay.
So moved.
Properly moved by Trustee Quinlan,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Straight. Please take the vote.
Trustee Straight?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0 to postpone.
Thank you. Item 25 is ordinance, oops, there goes my computer screen, hang on. Item 25 is ordinance 141328. This is an ordinance amending Title 8, Chapter 5, Section 7A of the Village of Oak Lawn Code entitled Charges for Village Collection. May I have a motion, please, on item 25?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Vorderer,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any discussion? Please take the vote.
Trustee Straight?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
26 on the agenda is Resolution 141323. This is a resolution approving the bid of Kenny Construction Company pursuant to the 2013 Regional Water System Improvement Project. May I have a motion on item 24?
Motion to approve.
Excuse me, 26, pardon me.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Properly moved by Trustee Oliniechek, seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Straight?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
27 on the agenda is Resolution 141324, a resolution to oppose the extension of the 2011 State of Illinois income tax increase. May I have a motion on item 27?
Move for approval.
Properly moved by Trustee Straight, I believe.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Quinlan. Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Straight?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
No.
Trustee Vorderer?
No.
Motion passes 4-2.
Thank you. 28 on the agenda is Resolution 141325. This is a resolution in support of a complete streets policy in the Village of Oak Lawn. May I have a motion on item 28?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Vorderer. Is there
Second.
seconded by Trustee Carberry? Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Straight?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Now, I have a question on item 29, because the TIF was not officially confirmed yet. Can we vote on this? Does anyone, this is to bury the overhead? Okay. So resolution 29 is, item 29 is resolution 1413-26, a resolution authorizing the execution of a proposal from ComEd to bury overhead electric facilities at 111th and Cicero. May I have a motion, please, on this item?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by trustee Carberry. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Quinlan. Any discussion here?
Yes, Mayor.
Trustee Streit.
Well, I think, I certainly got an earful tonight about the Stony Creek promenade, and when it was first envisioned, as we've, said, the plan was to develop an upscale shopping center. And like most people, I was very excited about the announcement that Mariano's would be opening in the center, and likewise, Cooper's Hawk is an excellent addition. But now, we are hearing of stores that you could find in a mediocre strip mall, like another bank and a mattress store and meatheads and all the others that were named. This isn't the development that the people were promised. I don't believe it warrants spending one dime, let alone $1.6 million of taxpayers' money to bury overhead electric lines. Furthermore, it makes no sense to me that we cut public safety services in the name of controlled spending and financial accountability and then squander $1.6 million of taxpayer money on totally unnecessary projects like this decision to pay ComEd to bury overhead electric lines. While we will hear tonight that we have agreed to bury the wires, the truth is that the agreement gave the developer the right to terminate the agreement if we didn't bury the wires by December 1st, 2013. We didn't bury the wires by that date, and the developer didn't terminate the agreement. Since the developer didn't terminate the agreement, there is no duty to bury the wires now. I'd rather see those dollars go to maintain the highest standards of public safety for the residents rather than making the development more aesthetically pleasing to the developer. And I think, the comments of Trustee Carberry and the mayor themselves tonight were very telling. Trustee Carberry said that the proposal that was made in 2006, 8 years ago, essentially he said that was 8 years ago, suggesting that it's no longer going to be upscale. And the mayor said it's a very different world.
It's not what I said. It's not what I
Well, it is what
suggested.
you
Trustee Carberry, I'll let you talk after that.
Thank you. Actually, that's what you implied, but at any rate, you can address that. But the mayor, your words, Mayor, was, it's a very different world than it was in 2006. And indeed it is. Indeed it is. And that's why we should reconsider spending this money to bury those lines. It's a different development, too, than we were promised. And that, there's no reason that we should do that anymore, and I will not be supporting that.
Thank you, Trustee Carberry, and then our village manager will weigh in.
Development that you were promised, what does that mean? When you voted on it and you approved it, and now you're saying you were promised. So if you were promised it, what does that mean?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Okay. We were promised, what we did, Trustee
It's a little
Carberry.
late for that.
Pardon?
It's a little late for that.
Well, yeah, actually, it's not late. It's late. It's late because of the steps that Trustee Quinlan articulated very well tonight, and that is, things have changed.
I'm going to
We're
let
not being
the village
informed. He asked
manager
me to
weigh in.
address it. I appreciate
And you
your
did,
work.
and you're saying the same thing.
I'm not.
so-
You know what? I'm not saying the same thing at all. What I'm saying is
Okay.
that we were promised an upscale development by our manager. We hired this manager because of his experience with development. He told us, this is what I do. I'm going to bring an upscale development to this community.
Madam Mayor?
Hamilton Partners told us that that's what they were going to do. And you're basically now, there's no question that we agreed. We agreed to commit taxpayers' money to an upscale development, not a mediocre strip mall that you can find on any corner. That's not right. Not with taxpayers'
Okay,
money,
and
trustee.
I'm going to turn the floor over to our village manager, Larry.
Well, that's going to be a,
Sounds like he's a real estate developer, too.
that'll be,
And
Trustee
village
Carberry,
manager.
we're going to talk one at a
it'll be a
time,
little
please.
tough to
Thank you.
respond to that, Mayor, so let me try to get down to the facts. Facts are this. We do have a contractual obligation. We do have a responsibility to bury those utility lines. We're certainly not going to bring a quality restaurant like Cooper's Hawk to this community and ask people to dine under high wire transmission lines and where a pond is and a plaza. The site plan was approved by the prior board. It has been gladly, and I appreciate the response and the support of this mayor and board since the election. And everything you've done, I think, has been outstanding to support this development. I will tell you, I will never sit here and ever criticize any business, any man or woman who spends money, employs other people in this community for a living, no matter what they do, whether they make a hot dog, whether they provide a professional service, whether they're a waiter, whether they're a cook, or whether they're a repairman. Each and every job, in my opinion, is so important in today's economy, and I salute and applaud every single business that's committing to coming to Oak Lawn, and they are not mediocre. They're what makes America so great. They're independent men, business, and women in this community. Thank you.
Okay. Trustee Vorder.
Yeah, I'd just like to add, Bob, you know, in 2006, when I sat on the park board and this whole concept was floated, okay, and we were asked to support the TIF, we all kind of thought this is a fairyland concept, especially when we saw the brochures distributed by the board at that time. It looked like Disneyland, but you guys went ahead and did it. And we now have 25 million plus invested in this from this community. And we have a Mariano's, and we have a Cooper's Hawk, and we got a Massage Envy, which is just as classy as all of those. And you want to walk away from this concept and wash your hands of it because there's a hot dog stand maybe that wants to get in there? I can't support that. I can't walk away from this investment, and I don't think the people of Oak Lawn want to throw their money away. I don't see where you're coming from on this. You were the people that first sold this, okay, and pushed it, and this is a positive thing. Okay, and I believe it will work. I believe that you were right, but we got to make it work.
Trustee Quinlan.
First of all, what you're saying, Larry, and implying that even remotely that we don't care about the small type of business, hey, I think it's great. We do have strip malls in Oak Lawn. I hope they all are filled and look great and well attended by the residents. But this development was completely different. You were hired specifically because of your experience with the development. I don't know how many conversations over the 7 years and since I started talking with Hamilton, and I was one of the first people with you, and I believe Bob might have been at that meeting, to meet with Hamilton. That vision was shared. It couldn't have been clearer. Over the years, continually sharing that vision. And just in the past 2 weeks, when I find out, what's been going in there, everything's going to be different now. I just want to know, when did that all change, and when were you going to tell us? When all of a sudden they're popping up, and it's not the types of businesses that we were originally promised?
Well, maybe if I could, Trustee, first of all, let's make sure that we get facts when we're up here.
This is facts, Larry. I've been at every meeting.
Trustee Quinlan, let's let the
Let's
village
talk
manager
facts.
speak. Quit interrupting, thank you.
Start with why we
The
hired you.
decision to create a TIF and the vision that was presented to the public was in 2006. I wasn't here, okay? When I was brought in here, you're absolutely correct. One of my assignments, one of my many assignments was to make it work,
Trustee
get it out of
Quinlan, please
litigation.
let him speak.
It was in litigation. We'd spent over $300,000 in litigation. You're smiling? That's the truth.
You did a pretty poor job
Trustee
at it.
Quinlan, Trustee
He just
Quinlan.
addressed me. I'm addressing
Please
him
let him
back.
finish speaking, and then I'll give you the floor.
Tru-
You opened
Trustee-
yourself up on that one, Larry.
Madam Mayor.
Should we call the vote?
No, Madam Mayor, I would like to say something. I've sat here quietly and patiently.
Okay, Larry, are you finished speaking?
I can be finished, Mayor.
Okay, I'm going to turn the floor over to Trustee Carberry, then Trustee Oliniechek, then we call the vote.
No, I'll
Okay,
let
Trustee
Alex, and then I'll
Oliniechek.
make my comment after that.
Right. The issue at hand we're talking about is doing the right thing, regardless of what the vision was, what the vision is, and what the vision is going to be. We, back in 2006, and I'm one of the few that can say that I was here in 2006, we noticed that the Village of Oak Lawn needed to change its financial engine. We did not have enough revenues coming in at that time. Our choices were to look to raise taxes or to find another revenue source, and that being creating retail on 111th Street. One of the goals was to be able to find a grocery store for that side of town, and we did a phenomenal job of being able to get Mariano's there. The other goal was to bring in other white tablecloth restaurants, higher end restaurants, and I think we've accomplished that. But getting to the point of what we're voting on right here is we're voting on burying lines that, regardless of what there may be opinions on of whether it's a waste of money or it's not a waste of money, we've agreed to do it. It has to be done. It's the right thing to do. If you look at any of the statistics that we get on new developments in reliable power, we have an opportunity to right a wrong and be able to bury those lines in an area that they will help with the dependability of the power. I really think that as a board, we tend to walk the line on when you use the word of mediocrity development, or you use the word of some of the restaurants and some of the secondary places that are coming into that development. Remember, if we don't find extra retail, our village budget goes up roughly about $1 million a year in cost. Is that the number that we still are using, Larry?
At least, yes.
So if we have $1 million a year going up in cost, and we've got retail, when we're predominantly boxed in with automotive, which was a notice back in 2006 that if anything happened to the automotive industry, we would be in a little bit of trouble, which we saw some bad economies and we saw the adjustment, and thank God the automotive industry is still here helping us with those taxes. But we didn't have a strong retail base, and that's what this whole 111th Street development was for, is to be able to build a retail base. Let's let the process work. I may not be happy with some of the first developments in the beginning of this, but to sit there and condemn people for saying that they didn't work hard enough coming out of an economy that was one of the worst economies since the Great Depression, and bringing businesses that want to come into the Village of Oak Lawn and residents that want to move into the Village of Oak Lawn, I think that it's too far into the beginning of this development to start condemning people or the development. When you come out of the gate with a Mariano's and you come out of the gate with a Cooper's Hawk, those are two huge wins coming out of the gate, especially after the hard economy we've gone through. So let's stick at hand and let's look at what the right thing to do to bury the lines and continue with our commitment so we can start turning this property around, which, by the way, this property was underutilized, underused, and it was deemed that the property was considered a tippable district because it was a blemish. And anybody that saw that knows that it was a blemish. It's not going to be a blemish as we start moving through this. Let's do the right thing and make sure that we invest in the infrastructure.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to call the vote. You want to?
Yeah, I just want to
add
make a
one
quick
more thing?
comment. Alex, thank you for Trustee Trustee Oliniechek, thank you for comments. But in Trustee Quinlan, there's a lot of things that you're saying that I agree with, and I wish, and I hope in phase two that we, I truly believe some of the type of stores that you desire. I think we might hit one of them, and I hope we do. But I did talk to Hamilton, and I talked to 3 brokers outside of Hamilton, 3 of the most successful retail brokers in the city of Chicago. They all know about the development. That's their business. They know about a development in Archer in California. They know about developments at 111 in Cicero. They know all the developments that are going on in the city of Chicago. They were, one of them was shocked that we had Mariano's and Cooper Hawk, and very impressed, and was more impressed with the fact that we were getting Massage Envy and thought it was going to help us sell the development more, to maybe get one of those types of stores you're talking about. It's a barrier of entry for other stores to come in when they get that Massage Envy. I didn't know that. I'm not in the government doesn't traditionally do very well in the real estate business, by the way. So if we hired the village manager for a real estate developer, that was probably a bad choice. But government's never ever done well in real estate deals. But I do think, because of a lot of hard work by a lot of people, I think ultimately this is going to be I think it's going to be a special place. I really do. And it's going to be, and I think we might pull off a couple of those stores that you're looking for in the phase 2, and I hope we do.
Thank you. So we're calling the vote on item 29. This is a motion to approve.
Trustee Streit?
No.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-1.
Thank you. Item 30 is Resolution 141327, a resolution authorizing the execution of a memorandum of understanding between the Village of Oak Lawn and Cook County pertaining to emergency event response. May I have a motion on item 30?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Vorderer,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any discussion? Please call the vote.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. We're moving on to 31. This is Resolution 141328, a resolution authorizing the Oak Lawn Home Improvement Incentive Program. We have a motion on item 31.
Move to approve.
Properly
Second.
moved by Trustee Desmond, seconded by Trustee Oliniechek. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor.
Trustee Desmond, you have the floor.
Yes, this is another program as part of the Village Shop Oak Lawn, Hire Oak Lawn initiative. This is a program where the village will work with residents to help them make improvements to their properties. It is a way for local government to put money back into residents' pockets instead of always taking money out of their pockets. The program also hopes to spur spending at our local stores and encourage the hiring of local contractors, which will in turn lead to jobs for local residents. So if anyone has been putting off that new roof, a new fence or sidewalk, this is the time to do it. The village will waive permit fees up to $100. So what that means, if your permit fee comes to $50, you pay nothing. If your permit fee comes to $120, you will only pay $20. Hopefully any loss in revenue to the village will be recouped and an increase in sales tax. Now this is just something of a trial run, and hopefully the program will be successful and can be expanded to other times and other types of improvements. I encourage any Oak Lawn business and contractors that would like to get involved in this to please email me at tdesmond@oaklawn-il.gov. We will be compiling a list of all participating companies to put on the village website and to hand out to residents when they pick up permits. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this item? Please take the vote.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Hang in there, kids. We're almost done. They're just ready to jump out of the seats. 31.
It's not just the kids.
I'm sorry, 32. Recommendation to award the contract for the 2014 supply of bituminous concrete materials for the Department of Public Works to Crowley Shepherd in the amount of $82,250. May I have a motion on item 32?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Oliniechek, I think that was.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Desmond. I'm going to give it. Any discussion? Please take the vote.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry? Trustee Vorderer?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
33 is the village clerk's report. And item A is, I'll let you read it.
Oh, disbursement resolution number 2014-08. Approval of semi-monthly disbursement number 2014-08D, dated April 22nd, 2014, in the amount of $1,422,993.56.
May I have a motion on item 33A?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by trustee Oliniechek,
Second.
seconded by trustee Carberry. Any discussion? Thank you. Please call the vote.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry? Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. And do you have any general village managers to
nothing to report.
discuss?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item 34 is the village president's report, and I just don't have too much to say. We did talk about the Oaklawn baseball event. I don't need to get into that more. I want to talk about our new village map. I was at a school, and they had this ratty old village map. It didn't even have our development to the south, and even, you know, some of the Eagle Ridge developments weren't on there. And the schools were wondering where to send the buses and all of that. So we printed up fresh maps for every school, and some of the community organizations will be getting them as well, such as the Children's Museum and Park Lawn. If any organization would like a map, please let us know. The PDF is available for download presently on the Facebook page. We'll get it on the website soon. But just want everyone to know that the official village map is out. And that concludes my report. Item 35 on the agenda is an executive session 2014-04 for the purpose of, 1, reviewing the release of minutes of the closed meetings from April 10, 2008, June 14, 2010, and all closed meeting minutes for 2011, 2012, and 2013. I'm going to request from this board that we postpone this until the next meeting. Yes, thank you, trustee Oliniechek. This is because our village clerk is not present, and we want to give, make sure all
Second.
this is done. We have properly moved by trustee Oliniechek, seconded by trustee Carberry. Any discussion? Please take the vote.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Motion passes to postpone.
Item 36.
Motion to adjourn.
Properly moved by trustee Oliniechek, seconded by trustee Vorderer. Any discussion? Please take the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Seven.
High school?
How's everything? Doing good, doing good.